In today's video, boys, we are going to be discussing possible October contraband coming for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm joined by iTankid and Green Goblin for a triple commentary, and I hope you guys enjoy. Going through this month's gift card giveaway, all you have to do is drop a like on the video, comment something down below, and also stay subscribed to the channel. Good luck, guys, and enjoy the video.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. In today's video, it's going to be a triple commentary or a tri-commentary with myself and two of my YouTube buddies that are very heavy and very popular in the DLC community, supply drop community, Black Ops 3. They are iTankid and Raid Away. I'm sure you guys have heard of them, and we'll be hearing from them in a second. But let's just start off this video saying 2,000 likes. Throw up those heavy ones, boys. We need 2,000 likes. That is what we need to succeed. That is my new statement here. Let's talk about this. New DLC weapons should be coming on a Tuesday soon to your house. Now, we're looking for update 126, and we're going to talk about the possible DLC weapons that are coming. I made a video a couple of weeks ago talking about some of this sort of stuff. I got a lot of feedback from the comments, and we're going to be talking about that. So, let's start this off by talking about the past 3 drops and what we can learn from those going into the future. iTankid, would you sort of like to cue them in on what were the last 3 DLC weapon drops and which weapons came out and which ones?
Yeah, so there's a trend with these weapons, okay? So previously, we just got the XMC, you know, the throwback BO2 MSMC with the Olympia, another throwback BO1 shotgun. Then previous to that, the KVK and the Max GL, an assault rifle and a launcher. As you saw, you know, XMC, it's an SMG. Then the KVK, it's an assault rifle. The one before that, the 74U with a 1911 pistol. Now, Raid, do you see a trend here?
Yes, I do see a trend, actually. The 74U SMG, then KVK assault rifle, and then SMG again. So could we possibly be seeing another assault rifle be coming soon? That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking
that's currently what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I definitely think that too. And I think what happens here is basically there's a trend between XMC, KVK, and the 74U. Obviously, SMG, AR, SMG. Everyone who plays COD knows SMGs and assault rifles are the most popular guns. Now, for the secondary ones that come with them, Olympia, Max GL, 1911, it seems like they're just throwing stuff at a wall. There's no trend there. There's absolutely no trend there, and that's totally fine. Now, for this next weapon drop, if it goes according to this trend, it will be an assault rifle and some other weapon. Now, as far as the other weapon, pistol, we have a lot of those already. A lot of DLC, yep. a lot of default ones. Launcher, I don't think they're going to do the last weapon drop by, you know, throwing it away with a launcher. People don't really care about those.
I don't think so.
Shotgun, Olympia is a godlike shotgun, so we don't need another one of those. I'm guessing this next one would probably be an LMG as the second, an AR as the first one, and probably an LMG as a secondary, or possibly a sniper rifle if they want to go out with a bang. I think that would be epic. So those are kind of what the options we're looking at right here. Melee weapons are kind of completely off the table. I'd be very surprised if they put one out.
Yeah.
And if they did, I would say it's going to be the Bowie knife, because that would just be the easiest one.
I have like 4 melee range or melee bribes sitting on my account, and I just don't use them because they're not implementing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have the melee bribe too. I'm saving it just in case, because there's no reason. I know Dr. P one time just opened it for fun, but there's no reason to do that, man, if you already have them all. I'm saving the melee just in case, even though I don't think we're going to get a new one, because if they do, I got it locked down.
Yep.
So what we're looking at here is an AR, most likely. It could be an SMG, and we'll talk about that as well, because you never know. For this last one, they could put out 4 weapons. They could put out 1 weapon. But mainly, we're looking at ARs, LMGs, and possibly a sniper or an SMG. So let's talk about the weapon possibilities for those. Tankid and Raid, would you guys like to, Tankid, you can start.
Yeah.
What do you think for an assault rifle are we looking at?
Yeah, so I remember going back when the KVK and the XMC were about to come out. It was the MP7 and the M27. Those were like the 2 big weapons everyone was predicting. Obviously, they didn't come out. Obviously, you know, KVK and the XMC. So we could technically still get the M27, but in my mind, just, I don't know, maybe just seeing how much hype came with those weapons when they didn't come out, I'm gonna say they're probably gonna do a different assault rifle. They could do the M27, like you said, with the Bowie knife. It'd be the easiest one because it's kind of like in the game already. The M27 is already kind of in the game, so it would make sense in that way. But, you know, an assault rifle is, there's too many that Treyarch has made that is, you know, amazing. We could do the Scar, we could do the MTAR, you know, Raid. I'm sure some BO1s like, you know, Commando or the G11. There's like so many classic, nostalgic, you know, Titan assault rifles that like a lot of people know about. So in terms of the assault rifles, I think there's like 4 to 6 solid candidates. What about, you know, what about you, Raid?
I was honestly, my number one pick right now is the SCG-44. Reason why I think this is because the files, the gun, everything about the weapon is already in zombies. So if they're like sort of lazy, they can just bring the zombies files, put them in multiplayer, and bam, we have the weapon already. They don't really have to do too much work about that. Also, we have World War II dropping in November, so that would kind of create a little bit more hype, you know, towards the game. If they want to kind of collab with that, you know, Sledgehammer and, you know, Treyarch, so they could definitely do that as well. But, you know, M27, I feel like we've just been getting trolled with that weapon. There was so many glitches, it's in the files, whatever. But yeah, I think honestly for me, SCG, I would love to see that. But moving on to these submachine guns, Tan, what would you think? Or Goblin, what would you think?
For the SMGs, as far as the SMGs we could possibly see, I mean, we already have a lot of the top tier ones. We got PPSH, 74U, MSMC, which are kind of like the top ones. Yep. But as far as SMGs, what we could see is, Tan mentioned it earlier, MP7 is one of those ones like the M27. It just looms around. Yep. It's a possibility, but the main one for the SMGs I would focus on would be the PDW. And that is one that if that one comes out, it all depends how they do it, because that's a weapon similar to the FFAR, the FAMAS, that if you guys don't know, the OG FAMAS in Black Ops 1, it was insane, and then they nerfed it and it had recoil. So when I saw the FAMAS is coming back, I was excited. I put it on my class setup, and it was the crappy version because it has a bunch of recoil. So the PDW, it's the same thing as the FAMAS. It has that upwards to the right recoil after they nerfed it. So if it comes back, it might be the best gun, or it could be the worst gun. But according to these trends, I mean, the weapons are just getting the last two ones. Or even including the Olympia. The XMC, KVK, and Olympia, all deadly weapons. XMC probably the best weapon in the game at this point. So I think as far as SMGs, I would look for the PDW. Of course, the people have outwards ideas too, like the Spectre from BO1. There could be some crazy stuff. But what do you guys think as far as SMGs, other than the ones I mentioned? Any secret ones in there?
Yeah, I was always thinking about the Scorpion. I don't know, just something about like it was kind of like a middle ground SMG and BO2. Like you either had the PDW or the MP7, but like a lot of people forget that like the Vector and the Scorpion were like super good SMGs and like really popular in their own way, but a lot of people just kind of look over that when we're talking about, you know, current day DLC weapons. Now, of course, the secondaries, you know, we have the main weapon like the XMC or the KVK, and then you have the side weapons, you know, the LMG or the sniper would be the two biggest. Now, Raid, what are you thinking in terms of the snipers?
So sniper, I automatically think the Ballista. I just feel like that is the most hyped up sniper rifle right now. We only have the DBSR and the RS Interdiction, and if we take a look at those two weapons, they honestly don't compare to the other snipers, like the core ones in the game, like the Locust or the SVG. Like, clearly the SVG tops those both, you know, DLC weapon snipers. So, the RSA, you know, DBSR, they don't honestly compare. I think we need another bolt action sniper rifle that could really compete with the SVG, and honestly, the Ballista is a great candidate. What do you think about that, Goblin?
Yeah, I definitely think that could be possible. I mean, that's one a lot of snipers would love to see, and it doesn't seem like it would be too hard to bring back. I also think the main two they're talking about is the Ballista, of course, and I think it's called the L96A1. Yep, I'm not sure if I got those numbers right, but that is like the phase sprat sniper from BO1 he would rip people up with. That would be absolutely awesome to come back. So that would be, those are kind of the only two options we have for snipers unless they pull something weird out of the bag. Now, as far as LMGs, because I really think LMGs are a high possibility of coming back, and the two people are talking about, and Tankid actually knows a little Easter egg for one of them, which he can tell you here in a second, but are going to be both from BO2, LSAT, as well as the Hammer. And I would lean towards more towards the Hammer, and that's because Tankid says there's a little Easter egg in BO3 with that. Would you like to fill everyone in?
Yeah, so I was talking to Luke about this before. There is a specific wall, I think it's on a DLC map, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, Rift, thank you, Raid. So Rift has this wall, and it shows a bunch of weapons, and including the MP7, which of course, if we're going to say it's an Easter egg for this LMG, you know, it could be an Easter egg for that, you know, SMG as well. And that LMG is the Hammer. It was a BO2 LMG. It was was kind of like an assault rifle, you know, type of LMG. It was very mobile. People rushed around with it. It wasn't like a campy, you know, LMG like an LSAT. So if they're going to keep up with the fast-paced, you know, jetpack action to BO3, it'd make a lot of sense to do an LMG that has, you know, that mobility, you know, in the same way that a lot of people use the Peacekeeper as an SMG. You could almost use the LMG, the Hammer, as an assault rifle. Now, I know that, you know, there's a lot of people that don't want an LMG for the fact that we've came across some, you know, pretty bad LMG campers with, you know, going back to BO2, the target finders. Even in BO3 with like the Gorgon campers and stuff like that. I know Biblical Reaper, he was struggling in the beginning of the game with that. But Raid, I don't know about you, man. Any other, you know, LMGs in your head?
Honestly, just the LSAT and the Hammer, but the Hammer would be honestly like the best, I guess, candidate for the LMGs, just because people always move towards, you know, assault rifles, I guess, or SMGs,
yeah.
but, you know, focusing more on assault rifles, like you said, it was like a hybrid. So since it is a hybrid, sort of similar to like an assault rifle, I think people wouldn't mind using a Hammer in Black Ops 3, you know what I mean? Like, people wouldn't mind unlocking it, using it, getting dark matter, doing whatever, getting high score gameplays. So that would be the best one, and, you know, it's also on the wall, too. We've had this, you know, since the, what DLC was it? Was it the first DLC or second DLC?
I'm not
too sure. Yeah, definitely early on. So we've been seeing the Hammer. The Hammer has been up there as a possibility, and I think that would definitely be a really good candidate for the LMGs. So that's pretty much it for that. But we just keep seeing this trend. Like, honestly, like, we just see the trend. You know, Black Ops 2 weapons, Black Ops 1 weapons, so many possibilities. Yes. Luke, do you have any other sort of weapons you would like to see?
So I think it's definitely, at this point, it's going to be from a previous Treyarch game.
For sure.
That's pretty much confirmed, and specifically from the Black Ops series, number 1 or 2. That's what we've just been getting over and over and over again. Now, let's talk a little bit about when this update is most likely going to come out, because that's something that, of course, people want to know. Now, updates 80% of the time come out on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're ever looking for new DLC weapons, all you got to do is open up Twitter, open up the sub box on Tuesdays at, you know, 10 or 11 or whatever, right after Pacific Standard Time, and check, because you'll see people getting hyped if the DLC weapons do come out, and you'll see people disappointed if they don't come out. Now, one person from my comment section actually on a previous video had a very good point here. What he says is that they always release the weapons within the first couple of weeks in the month, for the most part. So he said DLC came out on July 11th, August 15th. He's assuming that that trend is going to stick. And if that would be so, it would not be coming out in this next Tuesday in September because, and I also believe this because we have the PC World War II beta coming out. And when the actual World War II beta was out, of course, they didn't drop any DLC because that would kind of be overlapping. And then, you know, Treyarch might get a phone call from Sledgehammer saying, "What the heck are you doing, boys? We're trying to get people to pull out the trench gun here." So I think that these weapons are going to come on a Tuesday early in October. That would make perfect sense as far as a timeline. Would you guys agree with that? Do you guys think it's going to be a Tuesday for sure? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm thinking Tuesday, and it makes a lot of sense for if it's not this Tuesday, next Tuesday, it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. So you just have to honestly look for that Monday update, because the Monday updates, you know, that's what happens. Yep. They drop updates on Monday, whatever, and then Tuesday, the next day, is when that content drops, when it's new contracts, you know, camos, weapons. Either way, you got to look for Tuesdays and Mondays, very, very important days. If it doesn't drop this next Tuesday or this Tuesday coming up, which I believe is the 26th, definitely look out for Tuesday, October 3rd, or maybe the week after that. So just sometime early October would be a perfect time, literally like 1 month before World War II, a fantastic time to implement some new weapons, signing off for Black Ops 3, moving on to World War II. I think that's the best plan for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be one of those Tuesdays in October. Now, I also got a lot of feedback on previous videos about what people want to see, and this matters because, you know, me, Raid, and Tan, we have a lot of knowledge and stuff, but our opinions aren't any more valuable than anyone else's. Of course, we get to talk about it, and that's our job to talk about it. But I got a lot of people in the comments, and I want you guys to comment on this video and let us know what weapons do you want to see. They can be ones we talked about, they could be ones we didn't even mention. But I'm going to read a few comments from the last one and try to get Raid and Tankid's feelings on them. So, one guy, Pack-a-Punch, says, "Please bring back the Riot Shield." I think that would be super dope as a special weapon because BO2 was... I remember I did a video, Swarm with the Riot Shield only. Or I think it was called Assault Shield. Or it was something like that in that game. but they want to bring back the Riot Shield. Would you guys think that would be dope as a special weapon?
Yeah, so if we're thinking secondaries, I'm actually surprised because we brought up all the second weapons from the ARs and the SMGs. You know, the Olympia is a shotgun, Max Shield's a launcher, 1911 is a pistol. There's really no trend besides the fact they're all different secondaries. So we could essentially see a special weapon because it would make a lot of sense. And we haven't got one in a long time. And a Riot Shield is up that alley. So whoever commented that, you might be onto something.
And I don't know if you guys know this at all. It's a little secret, you know, a little Easter egg. People run past this all the time. But on Breach, in one of like the rooms, there actually is a Riot Shield. Just literally
Riot Shield
on
confirmed,
the ground,
boys. Look for it
on
near
the ground.
you.
So it's a little secret Easter egg. Honestly, pretty awesome. But yeah, I think that'd be a really cool special weapon. Definitely.
That would be absolutely insane. A lot of the commenters are commenting about they'd love to see the Scar, which I definitely agree about. It was a very strong weapon from BO2. I think, you know, everyone already knows that one. Other people are saying they want the Uzi from BO1. That would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Kind of a weaker weapon, but another fun one. And we got a comment here from Liquid Leg. He makes sort of a good point here. I don't think they would drop the M27 or the PDW because they are remakes of those guns already in the game, like the ICR and the Weevil. If they're going to drop an AR, they should drop Scar H or the Commando instead of something we have. So that makes a good point. I don't necessarily think the Weevil is a remake of the PDW. I think it's more like a P90.
Yep.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, the ICR is kind of like the M27.
Yeah, people always compare those two.
Yeah, there are weapons like the DBSR, which isn't technically the DSR, but it sort of is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's like the RK5 and the B23R.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not going to drop the B23R pretty much for sure because we have its sister in the game, which is going to be the RK5.
And she's pretty, so.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. I mean, MP5 as well. It's the CUDA, basically. So we're probably not going to get the MP5. That's a very good point. There's a lot of things to think about. But as we said, let's clarify the main points right here. Leave down in the comment section what you guys want to see. Update coming on a Tuesday, probably in October, early October. And the weapons most likely is going to be an assault rifle, as well as some sort of LMG, sniper, or pistol, or some sort of secondary. I think that Tankit is on something with the secondary. It could be any sort of secondary because there's no pattern there, but most likely we're looking for a primary assault rifle. But if this is the final set, you never know. They could throw at us just one weapon. They could throw 5 at us. You never know, and that's what makes this so exciting. But I think pretty much for sure we're going to be getting some sort of an update before the next game comes out, because that's what, you know, that would keep going. They said they want a full life cycle of DLC content, and if they stopped on August 15th, that's no full life cycle according to my calculations. So they owe us one more pretty much, and that's what I'd have to say. Any last thoughts from you guys before we wrap this up?
Yeah, new weapons coming soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. But besides that, yeah, I'm excited to see what they bring. Like Luke said, they could bring 1, 10, 300. I don't know how many they're gonna bring. They might bring so many. I don't know what to do.
A lot of DLC weapon face-offs, boys, coming soon. All right, but yeah, just make sure to keep your eyes out for Mondays updates, Tuesday weapon drops, and that's pretty much it, boys. Keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, make sure to drop a like. Let us know in the comment section what you guys want to see personally. What ideas do you have? We want to see your ideas. We want to see what you guys are coming up with. If you guys have any last words, I'm pretty much done. Drop a like, subscribe.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let's go for 2,000 likes. All of our channels, if you're not subscribed to all of us, I don't know what you guys are doing. All our links are going to be in everyone's video, so go down there and make sure you're subscribed to all 3 of us. And that's about it, guys. Sub for Cookie and Don't Lookie, and we're all out.
Peace.